Okay, so it is 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was Christmas. I look like crap, but there's reasons for that, clearly. So, went to my sister's for Christmas and had a great time, and I got an electric blanket. Got all my dogs here. Hi, Gabarella. Anyway, it's been a long, hard couple of weeks, and I've made videos, and somehow they didn't get posted because basically there was some things said by the children, or let's face it, it was Denver, that I wasn't going to post to the entire world. Anyway, if they want to post them later on, they can. Part of it was really funny, part of it was just not. Anyway, so yeah, we've been waiting for my platelets to come up, and Hazel took me to Grand Rapids on Wednesday to get my, what did we originally, I don't know, there was a whole bunch of things we were supposed to do, and everything was scheduled to do it at once. Well, I had my levels checked. Hi, Gabi. I have a peanut butter sandwich, and they're waiting for the crust. And mostly I feed them the crust because anything scratchy really hurts the inside of my mouth. So, anyway, yeah, I've got all four of them waiting. So, I had already done blood work, and my platelets still weren't up enough. So, they were gonna give me this shot that would help increase my platelets on the long term. So, a lot of hoops were jumped through because basically this injection wasn't covered by insurance. But I managed to nail it down anyway. And then I get there and they wanted to run more labs. Well, over the course of that day or day and a half, my platelets went up over 100, which was like 107. So it's not like I was like swimming in platelets. So we were supposed to get the injection anyway. And then, who's crying? Anyway, I set my lungs. No, I think that's Gabi. Why are you crying? You were naughty. You got into the garbage and everything. So, yeah, I went all the way down there, got more blood drawn, and then they tell me that I don't get this injection because my platelets are stable. Now, I have not had treatment in such a long time because of the platelets and that maintenance chemo. Gabi, I love you, but there is no reason to cry. You don't get any crust now. Anyway, so this nurse practitioner comes, and I was not pleased because the maintenance chemo, which I was only doing for 5 days, that basically wiped me out. I'm laughing at the dogs, but basically, the, the dosage of maintenance chemo was 280 milligrams of Temodar for 5 days. And that just destroyed me. So when everybody came up with the plan that they're going to give me this other dose of chemo every day, and that was 140 milligrams of Temodar every day for a full round, and I would be able to do Avastin. Now, I fell and almost had to call the paramedics to get me up. So I hurt myself and I can't walk, and this woman is just sitting there telling me that I'm doing fine, and I'm like, no, like seriously, I'm not. And it was her job to just get me a hospital bed. I didn't need her crap. I didn't need everybody interfering in my plan, and I basically just dismissed her, like, go find me a hospital bed so I can sit up on my own and maybe get out of bed once in a while, because I can't get out of my bed, and that is just irritating. So, yeah, I was pretty salty. I admit it. Let's have some good news now. I'm alive, and I made it to the next Christmas. And I'll save all the rest of the good news for the end. I mean, it was fantastic for me, even though I, feel like a jerk, kind of. I wasn't driving, clearly, but we were driving home, made it to about Cadillac, and the steering goes out on the car. Well, the steering wasn't out, but the power steering went out. And if you're old like me, at 42, I'm still aware of what it's like to drive without power steering. Not that I could, because I can barely move my fingers. But Hazel, there was no way Hazel was going to be able to do it. And she tried. We stopped, and every time we leave East Jordan, it seems like something else goes wrong with that car. So, kudos to Hazel. She managed to make it into a gas station off the freeway, doing 75, and pulled it right into a parking spot. Thankfully, she's a good driver, but there was no way she was going to be able to drive that car all the way home. So I called, of all people, I texted my ex, and for the love of God, he came and drove that car back up north. And I was so tired. After treatment, I am usually in bed waiting to feel better. So it was very exhausting. Thanks for coming to my rescue. I appreciate it. Now I just got to get my car fixed because I got blood work scheduled. And I got to get that done. And then I have another appointment. So I got to get that fixed. And then Christmas morning, Christmas Eve comes. And I realized that this whole Amazon mail thing, a lot of my presents didn't show. And while I was in Grand Rapids, one of Denver's teachers showed up with donations. And we've gotten donations before. We've been chosen before. Because let's face it, I'm poor. I don't deny it. I don't always have a lot of money. I try really hard to make sure the kids have good Christmases. And this was clearly the first year that I have had no help during Christmas with, being able to wrap presents and having cancer at the same time. But the teacher, she's an amazing woman and I love her, even though I've, you know, been salty to most of those people in that building. And I know I've apologized before, but the amount of generosity that comes out of this town is amazing. And I won't go into huge details because it seems like bad manners to just call everything out. But it was, it saved me. It like saved part of my soul because my kids are everything to me and I just didn't I don't deserve it. The kids do, especially when half their presents didn't show up, especially Hazel's. Sorry, my lungs are acting up and just completely beside the point, but anyway. So yeah, let's say some prayers. The kids had a great Christmas and I'm very thankful for that. That's my baby girl. She's pawing me because she really wants some of that sandwich. She's so pretty, isn't she? The kids are in competition to see who can earn the most points with baby girl. I know, right? So everybody's being extra nice to her because they want her to be their dog when I die. Ooh. You say I love you? You gotta say it. That way everybody will go. Say, I love you. Whoa. No, that wasn't good enough. I love you. Are you getting camera shy? Anyway, I've never actually said this. All this stuff up here, I know it is a huge mess. But when I find something besides that, like hostess box up there, whatever that is. She says, well, look, there's a hostess box up there. Okay, anyway, when I find something that makes me feel like I need to save it, like to put away for the kids later on, I shove it all up there. That way, at some point, I can maybe sort through it. I'm running out of time to do that. Ouch, baby girl, I think you just popped a scab off my arm. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And that's why it's such a mess up there. Because I can toss stuff up there. And then later I'll go through it. That's the plan. In the meantime, I didn't cry once today. And I was really proud of that. Because as much as something could have happened to me over the summer or in the fall, whatever, this, let's just face it, 99% sure that this is going to be my last Christmas. And the fact that I didn't cry, and I had a pretty good day, even though I was so tired. I think I barely made it to Christmas. We were late. And fun stories, so the kids don't forget this. because I only have, one working hand, even though I'm, fighting, I can't even get the dog's paw off my hand. But see, I'm like fighting to, be able to use this hand again. And it's hard because it's filled with fluid and nothing takes this fluid away. It's just how I fell. Anyway, so because I only have the one hand, Denver, like, I couldn't wrap any of the presents. So Denver wrapped Hazel's presents, and Hazel wrapped Denver's. And then it came for the stockings. And this is where everybody just, I'm twisted. I'm just so twisted. So I had each of the kids hold out there's the stockings, and I would hand one thing to one kid and then one thing to the other, and they couldn't see, so they had to find the other kid. Like, Hazel had to find Denver's stocking in his hand and put something in it, and we went back and forth like that until the stockings were filled. So then, I said, Denver says, well, what are we going to do with them? And I said, well, I'll just put them back in the bag, and you'll have to come get them in the morning when you get me up. So then that wasn't good enough, because, we can do better than that. I'm 42. And I can come up with some really good stuff. So now their eyes are still closed, and they got to go all the way through the house with their stockings in their hands to find the Christmas tree. And it was, oh my gosh, sorry, my head's getting hot, and I got this nifty new hat. But anyway, so Denver starts out walking, and he almost fell with his stocking. And Hazel's like, you've lived here for so many years and you can't walk through the house with your eyes closed. Either way, they eventually made it to the living room with their stockings, with their eyes closed. And, yeah, some of the traditions that I always felt were so, dire necessary didn't seem as important as they did before. Do not touch that sandwich. That is my sandwich, and you will not eat it. Lolo's not going to let you eat that sandwich either. Gabi is part pit. Gabi's part pit, but he's special. And he doesn't hear very well. That's why his bark sounds like that. Baby girl, you're going to make my arm bleed if you keep asking for that sandwich. Anyway, Merry Christmas. Gabi, you are ruining the end of my video. And you are not going to get... You touch that sandwich and you are going to be in some hot water. Shh. You've got bad manners. Okay, sorry. Now the video is ran long. And my hair is growing back in crooked right here. Like I've got an arrow pointing at my brain tumor. So I thought I'd point that out because that's funny. It's growing in naturally like this. So, anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. To everybody that donated to my family, thank you. I have no other words for it besides thank you. The kids are very grateful. And so am I. You are not going out to potty right now. And Bertha's not eating the sandwich either. I'm sorry. I've got 4 dogs and 2 of them are pit bulls. So it's a constant struggle to keep these dogs under control. I know. Okay, this was my dog. I guess this wasn't my Christmas video. This was like my dog video about my peanut butter sandwich, which we call them sandwiches because I don't know, I slurred one day. I wanted to. Gabi, I am gonna spank you. Shh. Inside voice. Okay, Merry Christmas, everybody. Gabi's not gonna stop. Okay. Love you all. Thank you. You're all great. Like and share my video if you want. Keep praying for Clarity because she's kicking my butt. And I need all the help I can get. To those of you I haven't gotten back to today, I'll get back to you. I apologize. Gabi! Clarity does not like this kind of noise. To all the people that I did not get back to today, I will. I apologize. It took me a long time to get out of bed today. And now my head hurts and I can't sleep, which is why I'm out making a video. Merry Christmas. Probably Happy New Year, unless I make a video before then. We don't know. Let's say some prayers that this water goes away, because I'm like a balloon. God bless and good night.